Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Trade Ideas Pre-Market Show for Thursday, December the 11th. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your trading room. A couple of yeses to let me know you guys can hear me and see my screen. Just need a couple of yeses from somebody, and also somebody in YouTube. Okay, thank you, Fusebox. Okay, and somebody in YouTube, if you can do the same for me, just let me know if you can hear me and see my screen. All right? Give me one moment, guys. All right. Well, obviously, what's happening this morning is TEC. You've probably seen me put a million price alerts. I was able to get some, and luckily, I got up relatively early. Some news about digital asset treasury. Well, here it is. Black Titan introduces DAT plus strategic framework. So when you look at what they do, what do they in theory do? Effecting a merger between Titan Pharmaceuticals. So, I mean, this is way old. Anyway, they've completely changed their business model, obviously. Is the YouTube feed delayed? There's about a 5 or 8 second delay on it. It's not, YouTube puts it on, Z, okay? So that's the BTTC and the high. And of course, not last month, but the month before, I don't really remember this, but I guess it got up to almost $39. And of course, it crashed after that. Axel, AXIL announces a national retail distributorship agreement with Walmart. So there's your big news for Axel, AXIL, another low float. And of course, the other one was a very low float also, 3 million in the float. The other one had, I think, 2 million or so. The other one meaning this one, the BTTC. Pets is potential buyout. Somebody is Silvercape has proposed to acquire PetMed Express for $4 a share. This is non-binding and all, and I don't know if it's hostile, but at any rate, it got up to 330, but pulled back. So before you think, well, why don't I just buy it because it's going to get bought out at 4? Because it may not happen. MIGI, just a continuation play from yesterday. MIGI, continuation play from yesterday. Getting close, well, not really. I mean, the 200-day moving average, 1150, so it's certainly far enough away, but it has pulled back quite a bit from 11. It got back down to 780. A little low float, very low float, 970,000 in the float. This is an earnings play. Planet Labs, PL is an earnings play. Great reaction so far. It's a big float, 229 million. So that is a nice move, 20% move almost with that sort of a float. So that is a great move for PL. Some analysts, Wedbush raises the target to 20 from 17. Remember this one from yesterday? This was the big soaring one from yesterday, BBGI, but giving up 44% now. OXM, not a lot of volume. Volume is picking up. It had a nice bounce actually. It's still down 20%. It's an earnings play. OXM is an earnings play. Big bounce. Low is $30, got up to 32.75 almost. So this is an earnings play, OXM. Yeah, Oracle. I did read about Oracle saying it looked good, but not good enough or something like that. Wow, down 13%, $30. Yeah, well done. You mentioned that when somebody asked me, I know yesterday, William, what you thought about it, and you said unless they really blow it away, which I guess they didn't. you would expect a bit of a sell-off, and that's not a bit of a sell-off. That is a big sell-off. Next low looking left is 185, so it still has about $7. They missed on revenue. I see. Okay, unlikely to overcome investors' high expectations. Anyway, it is what it is. Moving down. Look at that 5 minute chart. Straight down. WVE under pressure. Also, WVE a little bit under pressure. I was watching to see if it would hold 19. Kind of. Well, not kind of. It did hold 19 so far. The financing at 19, I believe, or 1950. Can't remember 19 or 1950. That was announced yesterday. 19, thank you, Miko. Okay, so it was 19, so it's holding the financing price so far. iRobot, another move today for IRBT. Don't see it now, so it must not be up 11% anymore, at least 11%. But iRobot is up 9%, almost 10%. Remember, I got the top 15 here. So the bottom one here is up 11.99%. So this is up to almost 10%. iRobot, another move. No real reason. They haven't had a press release in a long time. And there was one yesterday that I had on my list. I think it might have been the OCG. OCG. Yeah, look at this. I mean, look what it did yesterday, guys. It got up to 1932, but look where it closed. Closed down here at 867. Not a lot of confidence, but it is up 8%. It's above the close. But remember what happened. No news on it that I can see, just a low float. Actually, it's not that low. I mean, it's 19 million is not high, but it's not like the crazy low ones. I haven't seen any news on it. I don't think I saw any news on the last 2 days. It just went. Not a high short float either, according to our provider. High short float percent. NXDR is on my list. So it can't. Oh, here we are. 17%. Looks like it's a continuation play. Bit of a continuation play from yesterday. However, this is next door. Um, 331. Okay, it's not a huge pullback, but yesterday it got up to 299, closed down here at 255. So it's a little bit above the high of yesterday, or right at the high of yesterday right now for NXDR. Okay, guys, give me about 2 minutes. I have something to do. It's going to take me about 2 minutes, so I'll put myself on mute. Okay, guys, back. All right, DHIL. Okay, another one of these. Is this a SPAC? No, it is not a SPAC. I don't know what's going on with this one. I mean, up 44% to $169. Jumps on first. Oh, it's an acquisition. Okay, this is an acquisition. $473 million acquisition offer. Look at that float. Look at that float. Two and a half million, and the stock is at $169. So this that's what it's flatlining. So you said this one did a reverse split today. Somebody said that anyway. JZXN reverse split today. What was the ratio? Anybody know what the ratio is? Next high over here is 872. If it takes out 872, the next high is around 10 something. One for 40. Wow. So one for 40 reverse split. JZXN. Relative volume is not updated in the pre-market IQ, okay? That doesn't work in the pre-market. Only starts working 9:30 on, and if you have the relative volume filter and you're using it, to anybody else listening, if you're using the relative volume filter in any one of your scans in the pre-market, you will get no data. So one for 40. So this has actually been adjusted. Oh man, that's been adjusted already. 680,000 now. I hope that's been adjusted. Otherwise, we divide that by 40. I'm sure that must be the new float. Okay, now there's OCG. OCG now, why did I put a price alert there? Um, why did I put a price? Oh, just give me a moment, please. Okay, sorry about that. Back again. Promise I'll be here till 6:30 on purpose. Okay. Or 9:30, 9:30 Eastern time, of course. OCG. I don't know why I put a price alert right there. Maybe it's because of the high of that high right there, or that close right there a couple of days ago. Maybe. Unity Software, guys. Unity didn't have earnings a little while ago. Maybe not. I thought it had earnings a little while ago. It's pretty good, 5.5%. Or ZLT, no idea. No idea what happened to it. Um, I think somebody mentioned it earlier, and then no idea. Well, do you not have any news that you can look at, IQ? Because this is the news. Falls 21% after partner Resolute announces trial failure. So a trial failure. This is I don't know who your broker is. This is Interactive Brokers, but this was you could easily do a search, Google search or something like that. Gemini, and Gemini. You could find that information out. That is a massive collapse, yes. Beasley, okay, Beasley, you are another one that $26. Close here at 16. Moving down now. This was the big one from yesterday. All right, guys. So the market was, of course, we had FOMC day yesterday, and we had the presser also. So this did not disappoint. So let me just take a look at a couple of the. Don't really have to look at energy anymore. XLE certainly far enough away. I want to look at staples, consumer staples, see how close it's getting. It's still below. The other one that was below, I believe, was materials, XLB. Yeah, so it did pop above. So I think as we speak, the only major sector that is below the 200-day moving average is material consumer staples, XLP. Okay, so this is now closed above the 200-day moving average. They have switched Gemini, GEMI. Okay, this is an ETF designed for them. Not a lot of volume. So let's take a look at GEMI. GEMI. I think another company that is we're getting into the prediction market, into the the prediction market. Okay, because when you look at them, I mean, I don't know what in theory what they were doing. Okay, crypto. It looks like it's a some kind of a space, but obviously it's not. I mean, the name of them is Gemini Space Station, but obviously that's not what they do. So anyway, getting into the prediction market, and that is for GEMI. The low. You know what? I mean, it's low, 35 million. Certainly not high, but not super low. Not shortable for me at Interactive Brokers. Okay, if we're going to play Oracle today, there have to be some ETFs for Oracle. I don't know why they're not showing up here. They're just not showing up. Have to be some ETFs for Oracle. No, I don't know why they're not showing up. ORCX, thank you, Ryan. Okay, ORCX. Just don't know why they're not showing up. Okay, so ORCX. So if you thought you were going to get a bounce in Oracle, you could add plenty of volume. Spread is fine. So if you thought Oracle was going to bounce, this is just an idea. Okay, you could buy this one. You'll get double the move. So if Oracle moves up 1%, this will move up 2%. Okay, so you can see this is down 27%. So the stock itself is down 13 and a half or so. So if you thought Oracle was going to find a support area, you would buy this. I mean, right now there is no support. Well, the support would be here, I suppose, if you look at this 16, 14. Or it's still far enough, still far away though. Don't know why it doesn't show up. ORC. So I had to type in ORC and then it shows up. Hmm. Here's another one, I guess. This is another version of it. It's only a one timer though. Yeah, it's only a one timer. So It's not, the other one is a two-time ETF, so you'll get double the move. This will just, you'll get just a single the move. So see, it's down 13%. You know what? Forget what I just said, guys. This is not an ETF or Oracle. Just what I said. So this is the bear. So if you thought Oracle was going to continue, now not hardly any volume in this one. If you thought Oracle was going to continue to moving down, you could buy this one. But there's obviously this was just designed last month. Not much volume in it. I thought maybe the CETX might get going today, but nope. It had some news, some of them agreement for purchase 666,667 shares, or 666, whatever. 666,000 shares at a purchase price of $3. Okay, so some kind of a financing, I guess. All right, guys, 9:22. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my 9:30 layout up and running. So give me one moment as I first thing I do, as always, save my layout. Save my layout. Okay, get my layout, my 9:30 layout up and running. So if you're wondering why I have this compare count window when I have it over here, because this one doesn't have the relative volume in it, so I will get like the other one that you saw before. This had this has relative volume in it, so we get no data here. Might get so I put this one here just in case there's something that sneaks in before the mark before 9:30. So here are the top six. These are the top six in terms of stocks being up from yesterday's close. Okay, so Pets is a buyout. GMG is a two-time ETF. Of course, we have the star right now, BTTC. It's had a pullback. So let's see where it's pulled back to. So you can see there is the VWAP, that purple line on that 2-minute chart. That is the VWAP. Okay, you can see how it's kind of really hugging it. So we'll have to see if this acts as support. If you didn't take this one at all earlier, see if this acts as support. Works. Okay, thank you. I think I saw that one, but it had no volume. Is that right, Obi? Uh, so keep an eye on this VTTC to see how well it holds the VWAP. And does that act as support? This is not short. I wish it were. It is not shortable for me at Interactive Brokers because if it takes out the VWAP, this could have a nice little plunge, but we'll have to see. And the Axle, this is the one that it's really fading though. I mean, it's up 73%, but the highs up here look like around 12 something, 12.18. Looks like around 12.18 in the pre-market. I have a 2-minute chart, so let me put up a 30-minute chart. I'll for sure see the high. Yeah, actually, it got up to 15 something, 1564 or so. So that's basically cut in half. Press release, something to do with distributorship agreement with Walmart, WMT. Not shortable for me. And this DHIL, this is a buyout. Huge, big move. Nothing, hardly anything in the float. 2.5 million in the float. And then the MIGI, MIGI. MIGI is basically a continuation play. I don't see any new news on it today. Don't really remember the news on it yesterday, if it had any. And it's a very low float. Okay, thank you, William. Okay, guys, what time is it now? 9:27, so 3 minutes to the 9:30 open. And as always, certainly my favorite scan right now because it produces a great watch list for me all day long. I hope I can pay a little more attention to it today. And this scan will not produce anything until at least 9:45, and that's by design. My design. I don't like to see things because these are gap scans. Things gap up and down in the first 15 minutes. So I get overwhelmed with alerts right at 9:30. So I don't want that. So I put a delay on purpose. I want to see any alerts until 9:45. Yeah, William, I can safely say we really don't get out of earnings season at all like we used to. I mean, maybe in the last week of December. All right. Well, okay, IQ. Well, it sounds like a plan. All right, guys. Market 9:30 happening in about 40 minutes. So let's have a great trading day, everybody. Let's have a great end to this trading week. And as I've said many times, I typically don't trade in the first 15 minutes. I try to let things settle down a bit. You know what? I'm confused. I know, Poe. I know. I don't know why I think it's Friday. Okay. Have a great trading day, everybody. I don't know why I think it's Friday. All right. Well, we are now 9:30 open is upon us. BTTC guys, remember now, talking about we weren't able to get this one in the pre-market. It was hugging the 200 the VWAP. It's still hugging the VWAP. Well, that's really flatlining. For a stock that's so active, that is really flatlining here, right at the VWAP. Now the you might look at this and say, well, wait a minute, the VWAP's at 858. Well, that doesn't take into account the pre-market data. Starting to poke its head down below the VWAP a little bit. Well, maybe not. You know what's having an interesting day is Chewy, guys. CHWY had a little pop, had earnings yesterday. So William is banking on a little rebound for Oracle, ORCX. Boy, it actually had another downturn. Even RZLT is having a little bounce here, guys. Gosh, I should have asked you about this one, William, because this is a bio. It's a bio. What else do they have? Plungers as their lead asset fails in late stage trial. They can't have too much going on for them. But little bounce here, little bounce here. Miggy guys, MIGI through 10 now. Wow, through 10. Pre-market high looks like it was around 11, a little over 11. So MIGI popping through 10 now. You can see it right here. Through the VWAP. Looks like the end is near. The end is nigh for BTTC. I think Rivian. I read something about Rivian this morning having their first ever Rivian day. Not helping. Not helping at all. So again, I'm not sure it's their first ever, but what to expect for Rivian's Autonomy and AI Day? Is it their first? Well, regardless of whether it's the first or not, it's not helping. Okay, it's not helping at all. Okay, so Vince, we typically don't talk about how many shares we take in a stock and how much we made, but I'm glad I'm glad you're positive on it. Obviously, that's okay. So I'm going to wait. I want to see if this takes out 10 again later. Again, I typically sit out the first 15 minutes. I will miss something that just explodes off the open and keeps moving, but been burned way too many times trying to take things on the open. Look at OCG. Speaking of which, look at OCG halted on the way down. From 8 to 8, Obi, is that a misprint or mistype or maintains the price target from 8 to 8? And there's your Miggy, MIGI, over 10 now. Again. No? Okay, so basically they're just maintaining their price target of 8. Wow, look at WVE, guys. Look at WVE. Boy, that 19 financing level really held nicely. Look at WVE so far, anyway. I mean, look how well that held. I mean, I don't even think it got below 19. It sat right on 19. So now the bounce raised a lot of money, $350 million at $19. So nobody in YouTube. Okay, I might shut you down. I asked if anybody can hear me or see my screen. Nobody responded. So I might just shut YouTube down. Okay, see, I put the dare out there. SMX just got, ow. Right, I forgot about this SMX. SMX just got, okay, hi, Tay. Okay, I just need, well, Pepe already told me, but sometimes I don't know. You know, if I don't get any response whatsoever, it's possible guys can't hear me. Okay, thank you, Pepe. I'll take that under advisement. SMX doing its thing again, guys. SMX doing its thing again. Hasn't not completely and utterly given it up. I mean, one might say it has. It cut it to $500, but did not go all the way back down to almost zero. Look at iRobot now. I mean, this is a crazy one. iRobot now almost completely giving it up, down 4% after being up quite a bit pre-market. So BTTC was halted on the way down, or maybe not. Maybe it was halted on the way up. Yeah, actually, I think it was halted on the way up. Oh, I'm sorry, it resumed. Excuse me. It was halted at 807. It was halted at 807, and looks like it's going to get halted again. Going to get halted again, yeah. So this blue screen you see here, nothing to do with trade ideas. Okay, I don't have to repeat myself, but it's amazing how many emails I get. That blue screen you show, where is it in trade ideas? Well, it's nothing to do with trade ideas. This is time and sales for interactive brokers. That's my broker. There's the halt price at 858. This column trying to show you where it could open. Okay, typically they are 5-minute halts. As you can see, this number will fluctuate over the course of 5 minutes. And it doesn't have to open, up here. If you're in this one right now, what you do want to see is a number above the 858, which right now it is. Yeah, you're talking silver. AG is moving, so silver must be PAAS. Silver AG itself. Well, AG. This is First Majestic, great symbol. But here's silver, SLV. Let's take a look at what's happening with silver. And yeah, up at 1.5%. So the silver plays obviously working. Virtually anything to do with silver will be, in terms of stocks, probably doing very well. So this is up 1.5%, and AG is up 3%. So it's a little bit above. And how about PAAS? Yeah, so this is up 4%. So silver itself, SLV, up about 1.5%. So these stocks are outperforming the index. No, look at that Miggy now. I mean, it's as high as 1037 and pulling right back to 9. Really, why I don't like trading in the first 15 minutes. NCLH, okay, this is Cruiser guys, NCLH, and they had some news. Appoints Mark Kozlowskis as their president. I don't know what he served as president of Frosh and the managing director of Chase Travel Group at JP Morgan Chase Company. Okay, so I guess the market's liking that. Let's see if the other stocks are moving. They're probably not moving like that because they don't have a specific. Well, they are. Look at that. Wow. So this is not. They don't have specific news. I don't think anyway. The other one had the specific news. And I'm sure that RCL is doing the same thing. Yeah. So actually, these are outperforming. Yeah. So actually, even though this has specific news, this is up 3.5%. The other two, RCL and NCLH, sorry, CCL, are up a bigger percent. Yeah, Dean, I mean, somebody in our YouTube room, Dean saying, good tip about the 15-minute waiting. That's just me, okay? This is certainly not a recommendation for anybody else to do the same thing, but I've just been beaten up too many times, years and years and years ago, trying to wrap things on the open and have them be just so volatile and not doing well. So I just decided, but there are people in the rooms that seem to have a knack of being able to find stocks that move right from the beginning and make some money, and that's fine. I just decided waiting 15 minutes is not the end of the world. Okay, for me anyway. Just gives things a little bit a little bit of time. Not that after 15 minutes everything has settled down, of course, but what is SMX? Where's this going today? Still halted. OCG was halted on the way down. Yeah, still halted on the way down. Still halted. So look at the cruisers. So yeah, there's NCLH, Lending Club. See, like this one. If somebody had taken this one, yeah, I mean, great. LC has that not had a pullback at all. Yeah, look at LC, guys. This is really moving. Not an earnings play. Earnings end of January, so certainly not an earnings play. Don't see any news on it. It's got a nice little run actually, but I do not see any news on it. So the fact that I've got a delay of 15 minutes in this scan here doesn't mean I'm going to get something at 9:45. Okay, it, but it just means that's the earliest I will get something. And when I start getting it doesn't mean I'm going to take the trade immediately. It's just that now it creates a watch list for me, okay, because of the don't repeat. Okay. And again, you want to understand how I'm doing this, that's fine. But I'm just waiting. We're now about 30 seconds from 9:45. This is very volatile, this MIGI. With that float, 970,000 in the float, you can see how volatile it is. Up, down, up, down. Okay, so as I said, it is now 9:45, but nothing happening yet in the gap scanner. I think IQ, you mentioned Reto earlier, RETO, coming into the VWAP now. 253 or so is the VWAP. Mosaic, MOS. What's happening with this one now? Next high looking left is has a little, no, not that much room. 2538, not that much room before it hits. So again, when I talk about not having much room, always looking left to see where a stock could go until it hits the next high in the daily chart. If I can't see that next high in the daily chart, then I look at my weekly, and if I can't see it on the weekly, I do look at my monthly. And so for me, it would have to have more room if I wanted to take this one. More room meaning, what if that next high was 26 from 25? That would be get me a little more interested. And again, that's just the way I look at things. Doesn't have to be the way you look at things. TGL, this isn't okay. Well, is this is sort of having a resurgence? Another one a few days ago got up to 50, or I think actually got up to $88. This was a Friday, last Friday. After hours, it got up to the $88. Just got halted. Just got halted. EGL. So at yesterday's high, it's above that. The next high, way up there, 26.57. So this could be starting again. Low float. Interesting. So the fact that I say we don't get anything at 9:45, typically we do. And there we go. RZLT. Okay. So gap down in reverse. So William, I know I asked you about. Oops. Hmm. Did we lose? Did we lose contact? Let me know. Looks like a little blip. Might have been my provider. Are we still good?